Hi, it's Kun Shuai from jamessuckling.com. Every week we publish a weekly tasting report, compiling the notes from our tasters around the world. So this week I'm going to walk you through some of the highlights tasted by our reviewers around the world. For James this week, the highlight of the week is Petrolo Campo Lusso 2022, a Grand Cru Cabernet Sauvignon from Vaterno di Sobra in Tuscany. The vineyard is planted in 2001, and despite the fact that 2022 has been a very hot and dry vintage, the wine remains really fresh, while it is opulent and plush. James claims that the vintage is the best vintage so far, as he describes the young Cabernet Sauvignon as mind-blowing, with pencil shavings, graphite ink, and blackcurrants, like all those notes from Cabernet Sauvignon, which really explains the great variety and its ultra-fine tannins that made James rate the wine so highly. What is also counterintuitively fresh from a warm and dry vintage, 2022, is the Super Tuscan Bolgheri, tasted by our senior editor, Aldo Fiortelli. As he said, here I quote, surprisingly graceful and fresh, with a distinctive Mediterranean character, which I suspect he's talking about the thyme, the Mediterranean herbs, some sort of things like that. He also did a vertical tasting of 6 vintages. You can find out more on our website about those wines. What is also interesting to mention about Ornellaia is that they have a new winemaker, Denise Cosedino, whom I know really well back in China. She's been making wine in China for Longdai and Chateau Nine Peaks. The highlight for our senior editor, Stuart Pickett, apart from his beloved German Rieslings, is actually a cross-country blend by no other than Penfolds. Well, they did again. Peter Gago, making a wine combining Japoulet's Syrah from La Chapelle, the 2021 vintage, a cool year, and their top of the range Grange. Then that's a wine that's blending 2 countries. Senior editor Stuart said it's a wine of boldness with frontal fruit, of grunge and coolness from the 2021 vintage of the Northern Rhone, precisely the Hermitage, which I suspect that adds a bit of a linearity to the wine. It's not a terroir-driven wine, of course, but it really is a wine about quality, of course, with a high price tag. I don't know the price exactly, but you can leave a comment if you know anything about the price. And of course, you will find out more wines tasted in a Hong Kong office, including one of my favorite wines, the Syrah. There's a Semillon, pure old vine Semillon Syrah from Syrah, which I think makes a difference for Sauternes. Of course, the wine is labeled as Bordeaux Blanc. And our senior editor, Jacobo, tasted some Dao Reds from Portugal, including very fresh, not jammy Touriga Nacional. For more latest content, please visit jamessuckling.com.